Hi, I'm Candice Libahusen, and welcome to the Fresh Approach to Holistic Employee Wellness, or what we call our Lifomic Precision Wellness. So I just want to talk a little bit about our approach to wellness and our vision to bring to users. So we believe that we shouldn't wait till we develop chronic disease like heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, or cancer, some of the leading causes of death in the United States and across the world. Because the CDC says that 80% of these chronic diseases are preventable through just very simple lifestyle habits that maybe you're already doing today. We are bringing this to the forefront of the conversation, not just because of the livelihood and what that means if you can live a longer, healthier life, but what it means financially, the cost savings that's involved on an organizational level and on an individual level. Because as we know, treating is much more expensive than preventing in a lot of cases. And we want people to be their best selves. So we do this by creating a program based on around that research that shows there are simple things we could do every single day to live that longer, healthier life. And we've called them our 5 pillars of health. And this is what research has shown time and time again to really make that impact. And so our first pillar is healthy plants. This is the idea of consuming at least 5 servings of healthy plants a day. So vegetables, fruits, plant-based oils like olive oil, seeds, and nuts. These are really important as far as nutritional value, reducing inflammation, but also it allows you to follow whatever diet you're on, continuing to, not disrupt your lifestyle, but think about how I can improve it and think about maybe how I can add some fresh fruits and vegetables to my plate. And maybe in doing so, I'm pushing out some of the not so great stuff on my plate. The second pillar is activity, so 30 minutes of activity a day. And this is up to the user. If you just want to go for a run, or if you like to go to the gym and do weightlifting, yoga, soccer, whatever that looks like for you, even just getting up and going for a walk in between meetings is really powerful to just get your body moving, raise that heart rate. The third pillar is mindfulness. So 20 minutes of mindfulness a day, and that can be prayer, meditation, breathing exercises, really allowing your body to kind of break away from the noise, lower blood pressure, reduce stress, improve the ability to cope with stress. And we provide some tools for this for users that maybe might be new. The fourth pillar is sleep. 7 hours of sleep a night is the goal. And really, this is just being aware of your sleep patterns. Sleep is so important, not just for physical health, but for mental health as well. And the last pillar is time-restricted eating or intermittent fasting. And this is the concept of kind of resetting your metabolic system by cutting out the consumption of calories, particularly after dinner and before breakfast. So just giving your body a chance to repair and restore overnight versus digesting food all night, which can happen if you kind of snack late into the night. And so all of these things work together every single day to not only benefit you on a physical level, but a mental level as well, and is what shows prevents chronic disease and combats aging. A little bit about Lifomic, our parent company. We actually started in the precision health space, working with oncology teams at major academic systems like Indiana University to help diagnose and treat cancers. And so we're still in that space. The back end of our platform supports some of those deep healthcare analytics. But what we found is that there's a big gap in prevention, and a lot of the advice that oncologists were giving to their patients are things that we could be doing today and are things that research is already showing can help prevent cancer in the first place. So we wanted to bring this information to the masses, and that's what we're here to do. And because of that background, we take security and privacy very seriously. So the same protections that we provide to patient data, we apply to employee data as well. So we have the highest level of security certifications. Now we're going to dive into the experience of the Precision Wellness Program and kind of what that will look like on the employee side as well as the employer side. The unique part about our program is that employees will interact with the Precision Wellness program through a mobile app. This is really ideal when you think about making wellness accessible and bringing it front of mind. Everyone has their phone, they keep it with them all the time. And logging onto a desktop to log workouts and, nutrition is just really not sustainable and often leads to just dropping a program altogether. So this allows an employee when they're at home at dinner to say, oh, just had my broccoli, or just woke up, I had my 7 hours, to really make sure it becomes sort of a routine for them. And there's no barriers to participation. There's also a really nice backend admin portal for employers who will be monitoring the program day to day. And we'll talk a little bit about that. But what I like about it is that it's simple to manage, which is, I think, key when you're talking about, adding this to someone's plate, but also really powerful in kind of the data visibility you have into the program as far as kind of health metrics over time of your organization. So I'm excited to share what those features look like as well. So this is the home screen of the Life Extend mobile app, and this is a free app in the App Store, iOS as well as Google Play today, if you wanted to download it and see that experience. Although I recommend you come in through the admin portal invite flow. So I'll give you next steps on what that might look like at the end. But the home screen here is really focusing on those 5 pillars of health. So these are the things that employees will start to think about every single day and just hopefully become second nature and form a routine for them. They'll be able to really visually see kind of where they are with their day, of what are some gaps, and maybe even over time of these pillars. I'm nailing it. I have the workout, I have the sleep, but maybe I need to work on my fresh fruits and vegetables because that pillar is usually empty. And so it really kind of is a nice visual. The nice part about these 5 pillars is that you can track them manually. So at the bottom there, I could hit that plus sign and say, I just went for a walk or had my 7 hours of sleep. But we also integrate with wearable devices like Fitbit, Apple Watch, Garmin, a lot of those major devices. So if you're tracking something like workouts, a lot of them also track sleep and mindfulness as well. So these pillars can be automated. And by tracking all of these pillars every single day, I'm earning something called life points. And that's how we gamify the program a little bit, how we make it fun. It serves as a holistic benchmark for how I'm doing on an individual level over time. But also it's a way to say, how am I doing against my coworker down the hall? And we provide some fun functionality to showcase leader points or life points on a leaderboard that provides some kind of fun competition and fun motivation there, which I'll show you in a bit. Really quickly, each of the pillar screens, if I were to click into that icon there at the top, they're all very similar layout, but this is the mindfulness one. We have some pre-built out categories at the top of what is considered mindfulness, and I could tap those and keep a more detailed log if I wanted to, identify the areas that I'm really focusing on. We also have some free on-demand guided meditations built into our app. So these are provided by UCLA, and we offer them in English and Spanish for a variety of links and topics. And all I have to do as a user is hit that play button on the side, and a nice calming woman walks me through a session, which is really great if you're new to mindfulness or want that structure. Or really want to hone in on a specific, stressful time or going back to sleep. There's a lot of topics there that can be useful. We here at Precision Wellness are huge on the why. Why am I doing mindfulness? Why should I hit that play button? And so we provide not only resources, but really digestible, user-friendly resources on what is the power of mindfulness? What are the physical benefits of mindfulness? What is it doing in my body on a physical, mental, biological level. So we provide that for each of the pillars and some tangential topics as well. So users feel empowered of what impact they're making versus my employer told me to do this. And then we also offer the option to connect with a health coach in the app. We have certified health coaches in a variety of areas. and for each of the pillars on demand or to schedule. So these are a great resource. They're an additional cost, but totally optional. Some employers might choose to provide a subsidy for health coaching, which means they can identify, I want to give $20 to all of my employees to use towards health coaching each year. And like, what an awesome perk, to put on a job description, or to attract new employees, or even get employees excited about their benefits. I know we found a lot of success internally with that as well. So I told you we'd get to the engagement piece, and this is it. So with those life points, all of your employees, once you create an account and upload your team, they'll be added into something called a circle. And within the app, we have over 3.5 million users of our app. So this circle is a space for just your team. It's private to your employees to see, have this fun leaderboard with those life points. You can see who's first, second, third for the day, for the week, for the month. And in real time, you can kind of have that motivation of, oh man, Matt's at the top there. Maybe I want to see what Matt's done today as far as his pillar activity. If I viewed his profile and maybe he did a few more minutes of mindfulness than I did. So maybe that's my motivation to get my mindfulness in. We also have the option to, we have a discussion section of the circle, which is kind of like a social media timeline feel where people can post status updates, photos, and then they can comment, post emojis, and just really a space around health and wellness. We find it to be kind of a support group, motivating group, an idea group. What workouts are you trying? What recipes are you trying? Or where'd you do your workout this weekend? It's really a fun space. We don't talk about work there, but just a nice, fun social element that brings employees back to the app. We also have some nice real estate in the app. So by creating a Precision Wellness account and going into the app, you'll see through the admin portal, which is what I would encourage you to do to try out the program so you can see the full experience. You'll see your logo and your name on that home screen on what we call an organization tile, an org tile. And this is real estate for just you to customize. So if I click into that org tile, I can see there on the left, a little text box that I could add other benefit links, maybe wellness initiatives I'm doing that I want to spotlight, really just make it kind of a hub for your employees. I mentioned the one-on-one coaching. We also offer some group coaching opportunities. So a little cheaper, open to a max of 12 people. So you still get a lot out of it, still opportunity for Q&A, but we offer these on a variety of topics. We're always adding new ones. And then we also have a really cool learning library tab full of free resources around. We have videos, like workout videos. We have articles that are internal team of science communicators who hold PhDs write these. So at least one new one a week. So they're fresh, relevant, peer-reviewed based art information, which are short. So we find that people learn a lot from those articles, and it's a great resource for your team. The app has a lot of really awesome features, so I encourage you to go in there and kind of play around. I'm not going to go into every little thing, but I will highlight here that we do have some really nice physical and mental health assessments built into the app. So if I go to the marketplace tile, there's a full list there, and there's some around prediabetes assessment, depression severity assessment, anxiety severity assessment. You can do a balance assessment, and what your balance means. What does your grip strength mean as far as your health, and just little quizzes for people to kind of start with to get that baseline of maybe where are my gaps? What can I work on? Where am I at with my health? And just give people kind of that launch pad to their health journey. I also want to spotlight here before I move on the ability to create additional circles. So I mentioned the organization level circle, which your employees will automatically be added to, but you can also create department level circles. Employees can create their own circles if they wanted to create a circle with their best coworker friends or friends and family, which is really nice to have their own leaderboard, their own discussion section, and really bring it full circle for them, full circle, see what I did there, for their lifestyle, and bring everyone they love in as well. There's also public circles I also want to mention, because we have over 3.5 million users of our apps. We do have public circles where people outside of your organization have circles around maybe yoga or running. So if you have a passion area, you can find your people and learn and grow together around your interests. Okay, so now I'm leaving the employee experience and moving into the employer experience and what would be our admin portal. And so this is a web-based dashboard that you would manage from the computer, and you could log in. And so after this webinar, you'll be sent information about how to create your admin account, but you can go to precisionwellness.io and create an account at any time. But by creating your account, you will have access to this portal. And so it's lightweight. There's about 5 tabs there, so it's not overwhelming. You can't get lost. You don't need a PhD in here to navigate, but you'll be able to kick off without really talking to anybody if you want to. So if you want to go in there and say, hey, I've got a team of 200 people, let's do this. So you can, all you'll need is a CSV file of employee first name, last name, email. And you would upload that, import those names and bulk upload those, and an invitation would be automatically sent. So it's all automated. It really handles the invites, the nudges. So if an employer hasn't quite made it in there, they nudge them along the way. Once they're in there, it gives them some tips, like a welcome series of tips and some motivation to get in there and get started. And then we also have the ability to manage. So once you've invited your team, you'll get to see a nice engagement path of how many people have been invited, how many people have accepted my invitation and enrolled in my program, where are they at with their onboarding, and then where are they at with participation? And this is whole numbers. You're not going to see individuals here, but you will see how many employees have 2,500 life points this month, how many people have earned 5,000 life points. And this is a great measurement of participation and engagement. And then you'll also have really nice data on this performance tab, which I love. So here you'll be able to see trends over time on an aggregate level of your team, as far as all of those pillars. So how are my employees sleeping this month? How are they eating? Are they eating those healthy plants? Are they working out more? Are they doing more mindfulness? Or how's their weight as an aggregate? Are my employees gaining weight overall or losing weight? And this is if they choose to share that information in the app, totally optional. And then participation, life points is a great measurement. So you'll see those trends over time. And then on the home screen, you'll see quick little dashboards of up, down. How am I doing? Thumbs up, thumb down. And this is awesome when you think about ROI. There's so many wellness programs out there. There's so many things offered through insurance and supplemental offerings, but how do you know if they work? How do you know if people are using them? How do you know if people are getting healthier? How do you know? And so we know, in our program, you know how many people are using it, where the trends are, if this program is working, are people using it? And, knowledge is power, data is power. So I think this is really exciting. The visibility here is awesome. So I want to point that out. We also finally, the main thing in here is you'll be able to add and remove employees on board, off board, super simple. And then we also have the ability to configure incentives. So if you want to reward consistent use of the Precision Wellness program, which we recommend, because why wouldn't you want to reward your team for working on preventing those chronic diseases? You can configure that. So you can decide on an admin level, we want to reward, maybe you want to pay $20 every month for an employee who tracks 5,000 life points every day on average for a whole month. So that means I come into the app every day and I log 5,000 life points on average. So that takes effort, that takes participation, and it's a targeted. So some companies will give, a stipend of $200, but maybe this is something you can target your stipend to. It's tied to a behavior. You're rewarding people for investing in their health versus a stipend where you don't really know where it's going and if it's really impacting their health. So could be a good use of those dollars if that's in your budget. But once you configure those incentives, we have reporting, we have a reports section where you can pull a monthly report of individuals who met that requirement. So if you chose 5,000 life points, you'll be able, and you say $20, you'll be able to see who earned $20 that month, which in turn means they track those 5,000 life points. And you can integrate that offline with your payroll. Some people use this also to do raffles. So maybe you don't want to give monthly funds, but maybe you could, for people who do meet that, enter them into a raffle. And so you can use that reporting for that as well. We do offer blood draw partnerships. So we have a discounted blood draw panel through Quest Labs, or Ulta Labs, and you can buy that in the app. Your employees can buy that and get it done offsite, or you can set up an on-site blood draw. So the discount here is awesome. We also offer the ability for employers to completely cover this cost. So it's $0 to your team. We do it internally every 6 months. The insight you get into a blood draw as far as what your actual body is saying and seeing if this program makes a difference is really, I mean, blood doesn't lie. It tells you the truth of where you are, and it measures all the different systems of your body, your liver, your kidneys, your cardiovascular system, your there's so many levels. But I've learned a lot. What is LDL? What is HDL? What are triglycerides? I've learned so much in doing that just myself. So something to consider if you're thinking about, adding that to your offering. We integrate nicely where employees will see the results in the app. They can order in the app, and then some of the pieces on an aggregate level, you'll be able to see on the back end, like glucose levels, things like that, to identify maybe improvements of your organization over time. We also offer the option to do private monthly group sessions with a health coach. So we have an awesome community of health coaches. So maybe instead of letting your employees pick, you want to pick for them. So even using that performance data, maybe your employees need support on eating well. So maybe you want to offer a healthy meal prep class, or healthy crockpot meal class. We can work with you to identify what your needs are, find a health coach that might fit the bill, make that connection for you, and get those set up for your team virtually is how that would work. So let's see, what am I missing? I think we talked a lot about this. But as an admin, you'll also be able to broadcast announcements into the circles, and there'll be some automated push notifications in the app as far as nudges as well. So next steps. Visit wellness.us.lifeomic.com to skip a step to create your Precision Wellness account, or precisionwellness.io will work as well. Once you get in there, it'll ask you to complete just a few steps to get your account configured, like uploading that logo that's going to be in the app, and what kind of information you want in that org tile, and then invite yourself. So you can download the app as a user, but I recommend you invite yourself in the admin portal. So you'll invite yourself kind of as employee number one. And you'll get that invitation via email, but accept it on your device, and it will download the app as part of that invite flow and get you in your circle. And then we have an awesome customer success team. So once you get there, our customer success team will reach out, and we'd love to connect with you to make sure you have everything you need as far as your specific goals, making sure you feel comfortable with launching with your team, or have specific questions. We would love to be a support for you. So that's all I have. I'm excited to partner in the future. I hope you find this valuable, and thanks so much for your time.